All right. So also I've got some amazing persons who will be sharing their experiences as we go on, in the course of today's stream. I like to start from what we analyzed yesterday. This is the markup from yesterday. I've not touched it at all. And then you can see how price has respected. I think on the stream, we had an expectation to ensure that price gets to this particular point. We're expecting a retest of this level before we go in on the buy. But eventually, while I think yesterday after the streams, I saw an opportunity here based off some of the price action levels here. So I took a trade. I got stopped out. I think it was about 12 or 13 pips. I couldn't have another opportunity to go back in on the trade, but it's one of those things. And then price shot through to TP. This happened. We're expecting this TP level, and then we had it. It happened. I missed out of it though. And the next thing is that price actually came back to this level again. And then you can see how price has respected this new level and then shoot again. Now price has pushed above where we wanted it to get to as at yesterday. That would have been how many pips, about 25 thereabout pips, 27 pips. Still good. It's a good one. Then the same, what happened on AUD JPY? We analyzed AUD JPY yesterday also. And then for AUD JPY, God, I've got some code here. Then for AUD JPY, this was what happened with price. And I think it will always be great to always give some opportunities for trade to run. If you can look critically at this, you will see how your stop loss could have been hit, based on the weeks that happened over here. But that won't be our focus, so well. But we're just looking out for the zones we marked and how price has reacted to them. And today again, we'll go over to remark our zones. Then this is, I think those Bolan who marked out this yesterday, and then price is definitely trying to push above a level on the 30 minutes time frame that we are on. Let's switch to H1 and see. All right, so the consolidation zone that I was talking about yesterday, obviously price has come to push above it, came back to retest, and then I think buys are getting more safe, across board. I think it would be fair not to look at any JPY pair today, just for obvious reasons, for people who don't, essentially trade JPY pairs. Just to give a wider range of things to check out, today. I think we'll try to consider Euro USD. Then we could do GBP. Then maybe GBP. Which other pair can we? Who's got a suggestion? Which other pair can we quickly look at? Euro GBP. All right, so Euro GBP, GBP AUD, then Euro USD. All right, so let's go. Oh my God. Okay, nice. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do definitely is to clear out the entire chart, and then I'll switch over to the daily time frame. All right, I want to go over to the daily time frame and bring out the overall picture, what I'm seeing over there. And if you look critically at this, based on our knowledge of market structure, this is GBP-AUD. The market essentially was going down. We had all this. So pay close attention. And then what happened here? You know, more like this. This is what we have here. I hope this is clear. Essentially, price was going down, right? Price was coming all the way down. And then from this point, we can say the price created a new high, right? The retest of that happened. Price didn't push down. It didn't create a lower low anymore. Then now price is going back to the high point. So based on this, what we see here, we want to be looking out more at the buying opportunities, because this is like from this point on, from this point, price started creating an uptrend. It's just the beginning of the uptrend, you know. Because if you look critically at this, let me join this one. Nice. So something like this is what we have. So this has become the new support. All right, this is the new support level we have. Then this is the new resistance level we have. Okay, without taking too much time. All right, so it looks to me here like price is presently in a consolidation at the consolidation level, because if you from the zone we marked out, this is now what we have. This is now what we have, right? So price is coming back here, and our expectation is that price should break to the upside, right? So price could do this, let me use another pen. Price will get here and do this, you know. So at this level, if price comes back here, you can essentially still look out for buy opportunities, you know. Those who like to scout for short opportunities, you can, it's quite risky though, you know, take a short sell when you see confirmation of bearish pressure at this level. You can take a short sell back to this level, but essentially keep putting more focus and energy on the buy opportunities on this. Not so difficult to see, not so difficult to check out. Then Euro GBP. This is one pair personally I don't like to trade. For me, because when you look at the movement here, the movement on Euro GBP is usually not so much. Instead of me trading Euro GBP, when I discovered a strength for Euro, I rather go trade one what was it called, another Euro pair instead of trading Euro GBP. When I discovered a strength on Euro, I rather go trade another Euro pair. When I discovered a strength on GBP, I rather go trade another GBP pair. You know, Euro GBP doesn't really, of course, there'll be times whereby it moves, but it really doesn't move so freely. It really doesn't move a lot compared to the pairs, you know, the other crosses of either Euro or GBP itself. But notwithstanding, we're going to check it out. Let's see what's happening. So essentially, we can see how clear the uptrend is from this point. The down structure, I think, let me look a bit further, but this is what we need actually. You can see from here on. You know, the price has been doing from here on. Essentially creating new highs, creating higher highs. So this is trying to look quite dicey from this point because look at this level, look at this level, then look at this level. Price has not created a new high. But on the other hand, look at the lows. This is the same level as far as I'm concerned. The sell pressure looks like it's building, but we can't really say it's been confirmed yet. So let me mark it out this way. All right. So from this level to where we are now, this is what it looks like price is doing. Seems like okay, this is what like price is doing. And then at the bottom end, this is what it looks like price is doing. Okay, essentially price, I want to make it complex. Price is seeming like it's going into a triangle. At the end of it, you know, you expect price to either break to the upside or break to the downside. Well, using demand and supply, you know, levels now, using demand and supply levels now, I'm going to quickly have it marked out and then show my expectation. But this is what it looks like essentially price is trying to do. It's creating lows, these lows, but they are not convincing enough, right? Neither are the highs, you know, convincing enough. So you need to be very careful when you approach a pair like this. You need to wait for price to show you where it's going. And let's go look for that. If we can find it on the lower time frame, fine. If we can't find it, you just want to leave this pair till it shows a good direction. All right, so let me go down to H4. Okay, nice. Let's take it in this way, Sorry, a second.
Bluetooth connected.
Oh, wow. All right, so like I said, okay, so this is what I'll be looking at on Euro GBP. I will rather wait for price to do this. Either price breaks above or beneath before I take a trade. I'm not going to want to take any trade. You know. The reason is that you could have situations where your stop loss will just be getting hit, you know, and doesn't make sense.
Bluetooth
You could have wait for a situation where USD. One thing is very certain that US yeah, technically, my God, man. Sorry, guys. Sorry. My health is so not stable, but we just have to get this going. Yeah, so technically, euro has been stronger against the dollar for quite a while now. Partly due to the fact that there's an election coming forth in the US. There's a lot of instability in the American economy. Pro-Trump, anti-Trump, all of those things, and obviously, this would always reflect on the chart. That's why we can only stick to the technical side of trading, because you really can't control the fundamental side of the market. You can't influence maybe Trump to win the election with your money. You can't influence maybe Joe Biden or whoever to win the election. You really can't, except the big dogs, who really want, based on the economic benefit they are going to get. That said, your own is to focus on, okay, what opportunities can I take advantage of while that is happening, okay? Because the market will show you, the charts will show you the directions. The chart will show you. We may not really have so much confidence and strength in the US dollar until we are sure of who is winning the election and all of those sort of things. You don't really want to bother yourself with that. All right, so we've caged where price is currently. Price got to this point, from the upward trend, and then obviously we can see that price has done more like, I like to call this a consolidation within this period. All right. So no significant new highs, no significant new lows. And the way I approach consolidations, all right, I like to keep the pressure that pushed price to that point, right? The pressure that pushed price to the consolidation zone is what I like to keep my focus on. So in this case also, I would be perceiving Euro USD for a potential buy, because what led price to that point was a buy, right? Price came here with the upward push, so I'm still going to maintain that bias. How do I mean now? I'll keep looking for the buying opportunities in this consolidation. That's if you want to trade this consolidation at all. Alternatively, you can either wait for price, because after a consolidation, don't forget basic principles of market structure. The end of one structure will lead to the beginning of another. So if we have this kind of structure, which is an obvious downtrend, and then we have a consolidation movement at a point, we can either have a break of that consolidation. That if price decides to do this, look at this. This is the assumed level of consolidation. So if we have this now, two things we can expect. Either price then goes over to do this, a break to the upside, and then it begins the movement for an upward trend. Alternatively, price can do this, after this consolidation break, and then keep pushing to the downside. Now, I said I always love to, if I ever want to trade consolidations at all, I love to keep the bias that led to that consolidation in mind. So in this case, we got there from the market creating new highs, right? That's the uptrend. And then, so my bias will still want to be what? An uptrend. Look at this bullish close. This is enough information to say, okay, let me just take a buy and expect that our price will get to this point. While you are doing this, what would be your trade parameters? Say you make an entry on Euro USD right now, that's at 1.17493. If you take a buy there based on the close of H4, right? And then your stop loss would be where you can put that at anywhere around here will be fine. Let me use this. You can just put your stop loss like 5 pips beneath this candle, right? Beneath this bullish candle, or you say 10 pips if you want it to be void of so much risk, or depends on that will be how many pips now from here. That's about, based on time frame we're on, this is about 50 pips, kind of trade. And then your potentials, your profit potential is about 124, 125 pips. All right. You could, on the other hand, come down to, okay, good, to a lower time frame. What are you going to see? Price has obviously, given that push, and then it's showing us that yes, it seems the bulls want to take this ride over here. A very less conservative trade idea could be you take your entry the same point, then put your stop loss maybe just right beneath this particular indecision candle before this bullish candle, or you put your stop loss conservatively also just immediately beneath this level, right? Because looking at this pressure, price shouldn't, you're not expecting price to take a reverse side, and that will be that. It will still be a very, very good trade. All right. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Christian Agent. I'm very grateful. Yeah, I've got cold. All right, so I said I was going to share, my book. So I'm going to do that in a jiffy. Just give me some seconds.
Hello. Hello, you are muted.
All right, sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Okay. So I said this book, 7 Secrets to Profitable Forex Trading, is just to ensure that you get the straight to the point things you need to become a profitable Forex trader, okay? I wrote this book in a very simple day-to-day language. Eight chapters in all, you know. It's a good starter for people. All right, so the first secret will be focus on one market, you know, because financial markets generally are quite, they all look very much alike. But the thing I tell people is, whether you want to focus on trading cryptocurrencies, you want to focus on trading binary, you want to focus on trading volatility, the principles will still be the same at the end of the day. So you just want to ensure you stick to one, you focus on one. After sticking to one market, you also need to focus on, a very streamlined kind of currency. That's why you will see for the past 8 days, I've analyzed anything JPY, JPY. Most importantly, I personally just trade Euro JPY and GBP JPY, not considering any other thing in like all through this year. I've not even analyzed that chart except for the purpose of education for other people. So you should start considering that. Who can trade? This is one thing I also talked about in the book. All right, this is one thing I also talked about. Any individual, can trade Forex if you have the ability to click a buy or sell button. Okay, so you need to knock off those kind of limiting mindsets that won't help you to understand the market or to believe in the fact that you can trade. And then I talked about the fact that the currency on the left and the right, every time we're trading, you're always considering a pair of currencies. Okay, so when you're buying, you're predicting strength for the one on the left. When you're selling, you're predicting strength for the one on the right. So what was the secret? This will also help for people who are trying to figure out what time frame will be the Tokyo, the London, a lot of things, just the straight to the point things you actually need to be a profitable trader were the things I focused on. And on some chapters of the book, I added links to some video tutorials, which are private coachings, very private, very specific things to help you understand the book. So it's not just a book in itself. It also has some audio materials that can some video materials that would help you be able to understand the book much more. So what's the second secret here? Trade only during the sessions. This will reduce your frustrations. Do you go shopping at the mall when it's closed? Also ensure that you have a mentor who is committed to your growth. This will save you time and money. Okay. Then another thing, in chapter 3, we started talking about candlesticks. I mentioned some of these things on the first day of the stream also, where I talked about the fact that I don't look at candles like other people try to, name about 35 candles. There's a book like that, the Candlestick Bible. Those things will just frustrate you, honestly. When you have a book that is about 800 or 700 pages just talking about candlesticks, I really don't think, all that theoretical knowledge would take you there. The focus should be on what kind of candlestick am I seeing? Is it a bullish candlestick? Is it a bearish candlestick? Is this candlestick telling me about the indecisiveness of the market? These are the things. Then I added a video tutorial to help you also understand that. so many information, so many informations that are straight to the point, very relevant for your growth. And also, if you've been finding it hard to understand market structure, which I've talked about for most of the part of this book, for most of the part of these live streams, this book would help you be able to set that perfectly. Okay, so another video added here. Then the third secret should be trade only in the direction of the market structure. Always understand that you cannot create the trend, right? You only need to maximize it. Let the candlesticks be the light through which you see the market. Okay. So many things here you can go through, in other chapters of this book, and you will find amazing value. Okay, before we call it a day today, so I think I need some time to just take care of myself a bit. Let me get this code stuff in good order. I'll quickly do an analysis on Euro JPY just for consistency's sake. Then Bola, I hope you can quickly do GBP JPY, just 5 minutes, 2 minutes. The shorter the better today, so we can get this over with in a good time. So Euro JPY, like if you watch yesterday's streams, we are very bullish on this pair. Okay, entry will be the next point, right? What you should be looking out for is your entry. Where would be your next entry? We've analyzed this over and over, so I already know that we are looking out for buys. Okay. All right, so we're looking out for buys. So if you take this down to the left, you can see how relevant this level is. So I expect that price has broken through. Let's see what 30 minutes looks like. Okay, on 30 minutes, it has retested, and it's already going up for the buys. Okay, already going up for the buys. Where would be the expectation for take profit? I think there's a lot of push, today. This is one other reason why I keep saying over and over, but sometimes people don't really want to understand this, but with the experience I've gotten to see, you don't necessarily need to start trading on Fridays or Mondays. There'll be momentum, no doubt, sometimes, but it's not really like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those are the days whereby you have the major push in the market. For the next expectation for price, we have to go all the way left, right? We have to scroll all the way left to know where the take profit level is going to be. I can mark this out with a rectangle over there at the far left, so I'm just going to use an horizontal line. Okay, this is fair. So I'm expecting this level for price before we expect the other level. So let me just come over here.
On YouTube, it's still the book I'm saying.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So I had to go all the way left. You would understand if you have been following us. I had to go all the way left, and here is what Euro JPY is looking like. All right. Excuse me. About 122 pips,
Yeah.
that's the potential for price, You might need to, I don't know, though, but yeah, so that'll be it from here. Blanc, you can go ahead and unmute your mic, so let's have you.
Can I make an admin?
Why?
Then you know the point at a distance.
On each one. Yeah. Price here to break that habit. That's broken, but needs to close above. Can we have you, Blanc?
Make an admin. I see my screen.
We can hear you. Can you speak up, please?
I see my screen.
Yeah, very well.
Awesome. All right. So this is let's look at the long term. Let's look at the long term view of the market first. Then after that we look at the short term for scalping. But this is the swing trading setup I've always had since Monday, and this is the way this thing is currently. So we could see that we've actually broken above 139 10. So we are now in that zone of 139.06, between 139.06 and 140.85, which we said there's a lot of consolidation on the left, looking left, like a 41-day consolidation, which you can outrightly more like neglect. So my expectation basically for this particular price is that DJ continues to move up, right, and it closes. The 1 day candle closes within this range, within 139.06 and 140.85. So if we close within this range and we are able to retest 139.06, then we can be sure that we'll definitely get to 140.85 within the next couple of days, probably Thursday or Friday. Right. So let's look at the short term for the swing traders we have in here. So we took a trade last night. On our group, and let me just quickly explain why I made that trading decision. And I don't actually have a trade right now because my only setup for the day has got it. I wasn't online. It happened very fast around 6 a.m. this morning when I was sleeping, because I went to bed around 3. So I was sleeping when this whole move happened. But it's all well and good. So this is the original setup. Why I executed a buy, or why I had a buy bias last night Asia session. So we could see that price actually dropped massively over here. Price dropped really like massively over here. About how many pips? It dropped over, I think, 50 something pips there about. It dropped 62 pips last night. Right? And when it got to that major zone at 135.85, what happened? It left a week for us. Here, right? So that's an indication for a buy this week, but it is not enough to take a buy. Why? Because the candle is still bearish. The candle is still very much bearish. So we have to wait for, even though we've had a week, and this is 1 hour time frame. So on a lower time frame, this week could have been a bullish candle on a lower time frame, right? But I still had to wait like for a confirmation on the 4 hour on the 1 hour time frame, because the higher the time frame, the surer the trade. The higher the time frame, the surer the trade. if you are taking trade on, let's say, 5 minutes, on 15 minutes, the probability is lower. But let's say you are taking trades on 1 hour, you are taking trade on 4 hours, or on one day, D1 candle, the probability is higher that way. So just bear that in mind. So I was waiting for a confirmation, a bullish confirmation on 1 hour time frame, which we had like this next candle, but I couldn't still take it buy. Why? Because the time was not right. The time was around I think London, towards the beginning of Asia session. So there was no much volume, and spread is always usually high pre-Asia session. Spread is always usually high, like 12 pips, 15 pips thereabout. I don't want to take a trade and I'm paying 15 pips, just for executing a trade. So I had to wait till like later, last night. So I was able to finally enter the trade around 139.09, right? And my stop loss was at 138.90. Why did I put my stop loss at 138.90? So looking at the 15 minutes time frame now, there was a low created around 138.90, which was I think around the, I can't really figure it out now because the price has gone past. But there was a low, there was a particular, okay, I think it is this particular low, created around 138.90. So I put my stop loss there. Ideally, the stop loss would have been, the safest stop loss I would have used would have been 138.85, of which I'll be risking around 25 pips. I'll be risking around 25 pips, and I don't want to risk that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to risk that much, so I prefer to take a lesser risk, a lesser pips stop loss. Then probably if I got it out, I would re-enter. I will re-enter. But using a 25 pips stop loss for me yesterday was not ideal. On a normal day, I could take it 25 pip stop loss or 30 pip stop loss, but I couldn't take this particular trade because I was comfortable with it. I wasn't comfortable, so I got it out. I closed the trade like minus 10 pips, right? So I was expecting price to actually comfortably break above this 139.09, which happened around there this morning. Which happened around there, and we actually had this move. My TP1 was 139.28, and TP2 was 139.48, and of which everything had already happened before I woke up. So my expectation going forward is that we have a very, very strong resistance point at 139.48. 139.48. So if you're able to break above 139.48 comfortably, most especially on the higher time frame, then we should expect GJ to keep moving forward. We should expect GJ to keep moving forward, and putting that in confluence with what we said on the higher time, on the D1 time frame for the swing traders. So we should expect GJ to keep moving forward to 140.85. Probably before the end of today or by tomorrow. So that's that about my expectation for GJ. But for now, I don't have any trade. I just watch the market and learn, how the price are forming, the price action, and all that. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much, Molan. Thank you. Yeah, so essentially, see, guys, one thing you will need to do personally is to just make out time to what's it called? Make out time to back test these things, okay? Make out time to do it. Just go ahead and back test for yourself. I'm trying to share my screen, but now.
Okay, let me make that. Sorry. Give me a second.
So make out time, guys, to back test all of these things we're teaching, okay? Back testing is not going to be very, very difficult. I think for everyone in what's it called, the Pips Mastery Academy, guys, I'm going to give everybody one pair to back test. We're going to do a short video of that. Let's see the progress you are making. I'm going to take my time to watch everything one after the other. The over 40 persons in there, I'm going to watch one after the other, just to be sure that we're all, moving, getting distance. Go back, more like take a particular period, maybe like just a period of 4 months, mark out the levels in there, try to see, okay, did this principle, did it really work? What are the kind of candles I'm seeing? With this kind of candle happening at certain zones, what's happening to price? Is it going back? Is it reversing? Is it changing direction? Is it pushing further? Every time you backtest the market, it increases your level of confidence when you are trading live, okay? Because you have seen situations before. So when you get to see them over again, you are better at making decisions around, you are better with whatever it is, you really want to do, you are somewhat better. There's also, a simulator that can help you to trade the market, on weekends. More like it's not going to be real. It's just like, but it's still exactly the same thing that has happened in time past. So everyone will need to get that done. Practice these things. It will really, really help your game. It will help your game. This is, it's an awesome pleasure being able to share this back to back with everyone who has been joining. It's amazing to see that people really want this. People really, can make out time to catch up with stuff like this. And like I said, once this channel hits 1K members, very, very, very soon, I'm sure we'll get to that milestone. We'll be running this live stream every day, every day. What we'll do then might be to just trade the cross between the London and UK, between London and New York session, where we have a lot of volume, trade live, for about 3 hours or 4 hours, depends on how time is able to let us fly. We repeat this Mondays through to Fridays. The truth of the matter is, no one gets better without you. Just keep committing yourself. People tell me I really don't have time. I'm quite busy. I can understand, but what I say is make out 30 minutes of your time daily to just back test. Make out 30 minutes of your time to look at the chart. Do that back to back for 6 months. If you have more time, make it an hour. If you have much more time, make it 2 hours. Then you watch yourself, watch your progress over time. I tell people who are just starting out, take out 50 trades and then write out, why did I take a buy here? Why did I take a sell here? And watch yourself grow. You'll be very big surprise to yourself. It's just about you making that decision to make out time. All right, just make out time. Out of the 24 hours of the day, make out time. Really, really just make out time. Because once you're able to give that time, 2 years in here, you are going to forget, the pains, the difficulties you had in trying to understand all of this at a point in time. You want to get the book, the link is right there in the description box. You can go ahead and on it. It will take you directly to where to get it. You want to be a part of the Pips Master Academy also, the link is there in the description box. It takes you over directly. So you can also have a private chat with me. You can follow me on Twitter to, send me a DM at Toby Kalejai. Just very simple, at Toby Kalejai. Just the spelling of my name. Write it as one word. You can catch me up everywhere. So it's been a pleasure having you guys share this again today. Thank you very much for everyone who has been a part of this from day one. If you have been a part of this from day one, can you just send one to any of the chat rooms, right? One to the chat room. If you have been a part of this, either you're watching live or you're catching the recaps, you've never missed a day, type one. Then if you've maybe you missed some, you've been trying, then type two, let me know. For those who, okay, you've been following but you didn't follow all the way, type two, let me know. And if it's your first time joining us, type three. Oh, nice. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Okay. Do have a lovely day, guys. Have a lovely day.